Hello everybody, it is Carly, back again. I wanted to do a random update video because the month of April was pretty jam-packed with a bunch of cool horror-related stuff, and I bought several things at conventions. I went to two conventions, Cinema Wasteland, which is in Strongsville, Ohio, and then 2 weeks later, I actually went to Creature Feature Weekend. It was in April this year. They keep changing up the months. But that one is in Gettysburg. That one started up, I think in 2018 was the first year, and JP and I have been going since it started. It's a fun convention. Definitely my, one of my favorite. I mean, we don't really go to any conventions anyway, but I would say it's like pretty neck and neck with Wasteland. So both are pretty good conventions. Good people, fun times, lots of vendors and movie showing. Great turnout for both of them. I also went to the Riverside Drive-In on the last weekend, or second to last weekend of April, I think. I don't remember. There was only one weekend in April where I had nothing going on, I remember. But the Riverside Drive-In does basically an opening marathon every April to kick off drive-in season, and then they do like a closing one in September to end it, essentially. And so this year it was fun. JP and I, we only went one night. They do it Friday and Saturday. We only went on Friday, but it was still a good time. So anyway, I'm gonna hop in and show you guys what I picked up because I definitely went overboard on things. But first of all, I have everything like in random spots, but I'll just show you guys this real quick. I actually got this at the Riverside Drive-In. Time Bomb Toys. Yeah, they were there. I think they're local to just Pittsburgh. They have like an actual store in Pittsburgh where you can go, and they mainly sell things like, figures and plushies and stuff like that. More so like merchandise rather than movies. But yeah, I got a little Sam doll here from, of course, Trick or Treat, and I think he's really cool. I've never seen this one before. I have a Michael Myers one as well, and that's too far out of my reach, but yeah, Sam is cool. I like it. It's like a very dark brown. I like that because usually it's like a lighter color on his mask, and I think it's kind of just cool, unique looking, and I'm a sucker for cute stuff, so I just had to grab this. So that was all I got there. They've actually been, them and like Mahoning Drive-In have both been doing like vendors at their drive-ins. It almost feels like a mini convention nowadays. They never used to do that, so I think it's pretty cool. At least Riverside never used to do that. But they had like Time Bomb Toys there. They had some guy selling his horror books. There was another vendor there selling like candles, and then I think there was also another just regular. They had SEREN there actually the next day, but we didn't go the next day. But anyway, got Sam. Pretty cool. Then after that, I'll just show like the stuff I got first before the movies. I got this basic little Koozie, is that how you say it, for beer holding or any beverage holding if you're not an alcoholic, I guess. It could be for pop and stuff like that. But it's the Exorcist theme. It says Power of Christ compels you. I just thought it was cool. I got this at Creature Feature. I got one last year as well. I don't know what, like I keep looking around for them, but they're like out of my reach. But the one I got last year said like drink out Mr. Torrance and had the shining rug on it. So that was really cool too. And I don't even use these too much. I honestly have never used my shining one besides at that convention. So I need to start remembering that I have these and putting them to use. But either way, maybe I should just bring them to conventions to kind of show off. But still cool, pretty reasonably priced. And yeah, I think JP bought like, it was like buy, 2 get 1 free, something like that, or 3 for however much money. So he actually got this for me. So that is that. Then after that, this was a last minute, very impulsive buy. I kept walking past it, and I kept like the whole weekend, and I just could not leave that convention without getting this because it's cute and I love cute stuff, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but It's this little glowworm, basically. Like the whole backside, the girl who made these, put like glowing, I don't know, chemicals, whatever in it. It's like silicone, and yeah, she was selling all kinds of neat stuff like this. This was the only one of these that she had. That's why it like kind of caught my eye. But she like, you know, just makes figures like this. She also made like magnets and stuff that were, you know, not like this material, but you know, like Book of the Dead and whatnot. She had like pins and she had all kinds of things at her table. So yeah, I kept going past this guy. You know, kind of expensive, but I was like, you know, I'm here to enjoy myself, spend money, and this thing is gonna make me happy. Staring at me at night while I'm in bed, and it does. You can see it glow. It's pretty cool. But if you put like black light under it, it makes it glow more, obviously, but it just kind of glows on its own anyway, because she put so much of the glowy stuff in it. But I really love him. He's my friend. We hang out. Yeah, had to have it. I'm an idiot. Just gonna put him there for now. But after that, this was another, well, not really cutesy, but just cool little artsy thing that I got at Creature Feature. I got that at Creature Feature as well, but this is it's a black skull, and it's got a jack-o'-lantern on the top. Pretty cool. And honestly, this is probably like the least impressive one that was even there, but I just got it because it was like, you know, horror themed, and I do like skulls. So obviously I like Halloween, so figured I would grab it. But she had like medium-sized ones and bigger ones. This is obviously the smallest. Have her card here. Jenna Bowermaster? I don't know. This is her QR code. This is her card. If anyone is interested, probably no one can see that because, you know, I suck. But yeah, she had like a bunch of these, and they had like all kinds of just unique designs to them. I don't know how she does it exactly, but there was ones with like sand, like beach themed with like sand on top. There was a lot with like flower designs and stuff at the top, glitter, all kinds of stuff. I don't think she'd been there before, because I feel like this would have caught my eye earlier, but it was really cool. So I just had to grab one. Yeah, so that was that. And then I have a few shirts here. These were really neat. I don't own any tank tops, so I was excited to get these, but I got these at Cinema Wasteland. Here's just a Misery one, got the typewriter, Misery, I'm your #1 fan on it, and yeah, like I said, it's just a black tank top, and I shall wear that in the summer, and I can't wait. So that's that one. I think there was like a deal to get 3 for however much money, so I grabbed 3, of course. This one was the one that really caught my eye, of course, because The Shining is my favorite movie, but it's Jack walking up the stairs, coming at Wendy with the entire quote on it, the whole Wendy, darling light of my life, gonna bash your fucking brains in. Obviously I can't wear that everywhere because it's a bit inappropriate, but I shall wear it, and yeah, excited because I don't have any tank tops really that are horror related. Then lastly, this one's kind of poser-ish, but I have been reading a lot more lately. Thank you very much. As you've seen by my previous videos, I've been doing good. I've read 7 books so far this year. That's good for me. I know some people that's like a joke, but considering I used to read nothing. But this is just a cute little kitty cat on top of books. I like cats too, so that works. And it just says like Cuddle Up To Some Horror, and it's got, what does it even have? It's got like The Skeleton Crew, what else? Salem's Lot, The Fog, The Halloween Tree. I'm trying to see if I've even read any of these, which I don't think I have. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get on that. I do have The Skeleton Crew by Stephen King, of course, so yeah, maybe that'll be one of my next reads, but what am I doing? I can't do this. But yeah, that one was just cute and cool and unique and my 3rd favorite, so had to grab it. Then after that, SEREN. I always buy from SEREN at these conventions. You know, they're a little pricey, but the guys there are always super awesome, and they always end up like loading you up with like just free merch, which is really cool of them. Obviously don't have to do that, but they gave me a SEREN shirt. which I like because like I said, I've been collecting SEREN's lines, and I just really like what they put out. Every movie I've bought from them, pretty much, I've found to be cool and unique, and not that they make the movie, but just the movies they choose to put out are ones that I would have never known about had they not put them out, and I've enjoyed watching them, so big supporter of them. This was definitely cool to have and wear around. And then I guess I shall get into the movies here. First up, we have Victim No More. Now, this is clearly, as the cover looks, a fan film for Friday the 13th. And 3PO Films, a Bob Heckman film. Yeah, these guys were all at the, well, not all of them, but some of the, cast and crew were at the Creature Feature weekend, and they had their own table and stuff, and they saw I was wearing my shirt that has Sackhead Jason on it, and they're like, you like Sackhead Jason, you'll like this movie because it's got Sackhead Jason. So I was like, sure, I'll pick it up. It's pretty short. It only runs about 40-ish, 45, I think 40 minutes, honestly, so it's a quick watch, and it was pretty good. I'm a little leery on fan films, not a big fan, honestly, like, I don't really flock to them or seek them out, so I was a little bit like, I don't know if I like it or not, but I thought it was good. It had good acting, it used the, original score for Friday the 13th, which definitely helps to make it feel like an authentic Friday film. Had some actors from the original series in it, like Amy Steele did a voiceover, and there were some other people as well. And just a, simple, basic plot, not like a ton of characters or anything. It wasn't trying to be like a basic camp slasher like a lot of them tend to be, but I thought it was really good. And I would watch it again. So if you do like watching the fan films, I would recommend Victim No More if, you want to watch the good ones and not the crappy ones. There was something else I was going to say, but, the look of Jason was good as well. He was actually quite creepy. It was like the Sackhead, but it was a little dirtier than what it's not like white, it's kind of like a darker brown, dirtier color to it, and I liked how they did makeup on his face too. Underneath, you could tell, and like the eyeball was like really sinister and dark and scary. And then they also did they made the body look like Jason in Part 7, where you could see like his whole spinal column sticking out. So it wasn't like Jason still alive. They kind of like mixed the two together, like zombie Jason and original Jason. So I thought that was cool too. So yeah, solid, short little film. Then after that, we have Hellan. This is by Jorge de la Rosa. I think that's his name. He's good buddies with like people I work with, like Madeline Deering, Tim Gross, and the Gross brothers in general and stuff like that. They're always selling his movies at their table, like at Wasteland, and I think they were selling a copy at Creature Feature as well, but I got this while at Wasteland. Mr. Jorge was there, and he came up, gave me his big spiel about it, and like made me laugh, and I was like, I'm sold. And I'd been sold before, like I've seen this one obviously being sold by my friends before, and it piqued my interest, but I just never got around to picking it up, and I finally did, and I was not disappointed. I was actually quite impressed. There's a lot of good acting in this. It's very well shot. It has like that small town setting. There's like cops and so, just like it just has this great small town vibe to it that I am a sucker for. You got like James L. Edwards in here, Jim Roberts, just some good people in the independent horror community that I am impressed with and think do a good job. So overall, it was very good. I think he's actually trying to make a part 2 right now, if I'm not mistaken. I've been seeing that floating around on Facebook, so I support that, and I hope he does, because this was a good time. I think I gave this like an 8 out of 10. Like it was just really good. I just love the vibe of it. So that's that, and then after that we got the Heartbreak Killer. This is a Sean Donahue film. Him and Jessa Flux were at Cinema Wasteland. They had a table together, and I never watched a Sean Donahue film. I know he's got like a ton of them, and he had them all there for sale. And he mentioned this was like one of his favorites that he's ever made, and I picked it up, read the back cover, and thought it sounded up my alley because it's kind of like that lonely guy, psychological type of movie, and I enjoyed it. Definitely feels very low budget. Some of the acting can be a little wonky in it, but I think that's kind of like Sean's style with his films, and I can appreciate that. I do want to check out more of his work, but I like the story overall, and I thought it was cool. Yeah, so yeah, I want to definitely look into more things that he has done, because like I said, he's done quite a lot, and I was overwhelmed, but I definitely wanted to buy one of his films to support him since I never had before. So yeah, this is pretty good, pretty fun. After that, we have another independent film, and that is Agony by Mr. Ryan Logsdon. He is a friend of mine, and that I met through Wasteland, and he's really cool. I actually did part in one of his movies. It's not out yet. I don't think it's like finished yet either, but that was like about 2 years ago now, which is kind of crazy. Time flies. Like a year and a half, I guess. But anyway, Agony, this was cool. It like was a found footage type of movie with Ryan as like the lead. I guess you could say bad guy. What's his name in this? I forget. I think it should say it on the back, but I don't see it. Maxwell Edison. Yes, so he is a killer, and it kind of is just like his POV going through life, and you know, just tormenting people, but also living like a normal life. It's pretty good. You know, there's a few parts where it might be a little slow, but overall, I enjoyed it. I like found footage, and I like disturbing stuff of this nature. He's really big on making disturbing things. He also has his little short on here, which is, what's that called? I think it's The Taming of Patty Cakes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if I could just like look at here and read. Yeah, that's what it is. Which also is just kind of like about this character, and it's very short, but I watched that too, and that was cool. Ryan's very unsettling looking. Like he makes great facial expressions that make you believe like this guy might actually be a killer. But no, he's a very nice guy. Him and his fiance, soon to be wife, Kaylee. Very good people, very fun. Some of my favorite people too. I look forward to seeing them at every Wasteland I go to. So yeah, was glad to get this. Where'd that thing get? Here it is. I got number 17 because these were actually, there was only like 25 copies, so they told me to pick a number. I picked 17 because my birthday is the 17th, and I got number 17, little vial here with just like some fake blood and nails, and I thought that was a cool little touch. I also got a poster, which I do have posters right here wrapped up, which I'll show as well if I can unfold them without making myself look stupid, which is very hard. Then after that, I should just pick these up. That would make sense. What do we got here? We've got a few SERENs. This is a Lola. This is actually, I didn't know what this was really. I mean, that's kind of how it goes with every SEREN I pick up. I kind of just glance over the back, and if it sounds interesting, I'll pick it up, or if the cover even entices me, I'm that easy. Like, I'll just be like, okay, yeah, I'm sold. But Lola, this is a modern day movie, came out in 2022, but it's shot in black and white, and it is set in 1941, and it's about these two like brilliant girls who essentially make this time machine of sorts, where they're not traveling through time, but they can see into the future, and it's really cool. Like when they first turn it on, Space Oddity by David Bowie starts playing, and they're like, oh my god, like it works, like who's this guy, you know, they're like all amazed, they're like, holy crap, we got it to work. But then as it goes on, they start seeing some darker stuff appear on there, like the news, and of course during this time period the war was going on, so they're seeing like stuff about the Nazis and Hitler and all that stuff, and they kind of start manipulating to where they make it so the war does not hit them. Like the bad things are able to deflect because they're like giving people warnings and being like, hey, like bombs are going to drop here, and people, you know, are believing them and everything. But then things like quickly go south as the movie goes on, and things kind of flip upside down for them. So it was definitely a cool, interesting concept. It was one I thought about for days afterwards, especially it's not a film that I've heard anyone talk about or anything like that. So I would recommend checking it out. I will say it definitely gets a little slow at times, and there are times where I was finding myself like kind of falling out of it, but the concept itself I think was a cool idea, and I'm pretty sure this is like a pretty micro budget flick as well. So Lola, check it out. Pick it up from SEREN if you can. I recommend, just for the sake of, it was a unique idea. I thought that was really cool. And then after that, we have The Dead One, another SEREN's got the slipcover. Here's the regular cover, but this one just sounded interesting to me. I watched this for a while back. This is kind of low budget as well. This is one of the first ones I watched when I got it, so it's a little loose in my memory, but essentially what it comes down, there's like a zombie by the end, and it's like kind of known to be one of the first zombie films, and I believe this is like before, you know, Romero, 1960. So yeah, this came out in 1960, which is interesting. There's like a zombie, which I think they do a good job with. He's actually pretty creepy, but it's just like one. And again, this one felt a little slow moving. It was kind of weird, but I enjoyed it whenever you do get like the zombie aspects. So I was like, that's cool, because it seems like ahead of its time and that. But, and it says, if you're the kind of person who seeks out low budget horror films, so another low budget one right here, with a unique idea for the time. So yeah, I don't remember a whole lot. I was like kind of like falling asleep too watching this, I remember. So, but it had some cool stuff for sure. Alright, and then after that we have Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. Yes, this is, there's the regular cover. Another SEREN. This is one I checked out actually a few nights ago. Again, was kind of like falling to sleep and putting something on to watch, and it was one where I was like trying to go to sleep, but then I like kept glancing over and watching it, because like I just couldn't help myself. But it's an interesting film. This came out in 1985, and you know, we got like a slew of cannibal films in the 80s, which surprisingly I like. I never thought I would like those types of movies, but like Cannibal Holocaust and films of that nature. I remember like when we did the 80s show for 22 Shots, I think there was like 3 or 4 movies that felt identical, like, you know, like just cannibal films in the jungle setting, like fish out of water, people go to the jungle, and then like there's cannibals there. So this is another one in that vein, but it's definitely a weirder type of movie. It definitely feels more crazy, low budget, kind of goofy at times, but I liked it. The other thing, this one was actually dubbed, and what was funny was I put on the subtitles, not thinking, and like the subtitles and the dub are like different, because the subtitles are, you know, stuff doesn't translate right. So the dub's in English, the subtitles are in English, but the things being subtitled are not at all like what they're saying on the screen. It's like the translation, and it was cracking me up, because it was like completely different sometimes. Like dude's like calling a woman an idiot, and that's not really what he says, and just, okay, that was more entertaining in itself than the actual movie for me almost. But yeah, I guess distracting really, because I did like the movie. I thought it was fun. It was a good time. Yeah, I like these types of films, it turns out. That didn't seem like something Carly would like, and this cover is very loose, but I did. So yeah, check that one out if you enjoy your cannibal films, and especially when they get strange. Recommend. Then after that, we have 2 more independent films here. We have The Beast Within the Woods. Maddie was selling this on behalf of DK, our friend DK, Dan Kamarick. If you don't know who Dan Kamarick is, he made a lot of films when he was younger, like from ages like 12, maybe even younger than that, to, you know, teens and so on. Like, he still makes films, but this was 12 out of 30, and I mean, come on, the worst movie ever made. Like, you gotta buy it. You just gotta buy it. No, this only runs like 20 minutes, and it's like him and his brother, basically. I believe his brother's name is Mike, and they used to make these movies all the time together. And, you know, it's not really a movie necessarily. It's kind of just they're running through the woods, and there's a beast in the woods, which was just this like bad mask, and it was ridiculous, but it was short. And then there's like a little fun documentary on there with Dan and also Tim Gross, who is a friend of mine, as well as Nick Schramm, I believe is how you say it. I'm not familiar with him, but he was on there as well, along with Dan. And you know, Tim is really good at hyping people up. He's like, you know, Dan, like he was like, he's a shitty something or other, but he's a good this or like he like, you know, he'll be like, yeah, they're shitty at this, but they're really talented with this. And but Tim like took the thing real serious, and I like that. I appreciate it. But yeah, Dan's cool. He makes like more, I guess, realistic movies nowadays. He has a few projects, I believe, coming up. One of them I'm in, which will be Famous, the Tom Gross story. So definitely check that out when it comes out, because that should be hilarious. Or I mean serious. It should be very serious. But inside jokes. Yeah, Beast Within the Woods. There's that. That was a DVD, and then this is a DVD as well, and that is Killer Campouts. This is a Brad Twigg movie, and I am in his movie Craon, which is finally premiering on May 25th in Maryland. Be there or be square. And it's also the next day they're premiering Killer Campout 2, which I don't think I'm going to be able to make it for that one, unfortunately. I think I'll only be able to swing the Craon premiere, but I do want to see part 2 now, because this was a pretty fun time. Love the cover art here. It kind of looks like the Mutilator-esque, and it was a good time. Obviously, it's a camp type of movie, but it wasn't exactly. I thought it was just going to be a basic, like, camp slasher, but it's actually, like, there's this cannibalistic hermit, as it says on the back, and he is kind of the one doing the damage in the movie. So it's unique in that respect. I thought it had pretty solid performances, and was just a fun, unique little time for being a camp slasher, or not, well, it's not, kind of slasher-ish. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. But it had some, like, unique twist to it and stuff, and I think that's kind of hard when you're doing, like, a camp-themed movie, because there's been so many. So I think they do a good job with that. I'm looking forward to part 2. Even if I don't make that premiere, I'll definitely stick it out and watch it. So that's all the movies I got, as well as all the merchandise. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. But I guess I'll just try to show some posters. Speaking of Craon, here's a poster. I got 2, actually. One's hanging on my wall right now. One, he let me take 2 because my mom people were asking for them in the comments. I don't know if I'll give this to my mom or maybe my tattoo artist, because he wanted one signed by me. I don't have a big part in this, guys. It's like I'm like the first person to basically tap out. But this was fun regardless. Filming, great cast and crew. One of my favorite memories last year was going to the cast after party, rap party rather, and it was just so much fun. We all had a good time. It was like this pool party, and we did it at like this Airbnb, and it was great. Everyone was so friendly and nice, and it felt like we'd been friends forever, so I had a great time. This is one of my favorite experiences, was making this movie and just being with that cast. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the final product, because I think it'll be a fun time. So yeah, and this is cool. This is really cool poster art, so glad to have that. Let me move this one back up. After that, let me see here. Let me just see if I can do this. Stand by, everybody. You know me. I just don't edit. I just do things. Oh no, one fell. Let's see what we got here. Oh yes, this needs to go on my wall because it's clearly getting destroyed, but it's a Tom Gross poster. Yes, my friend Tom Gross, famous actor Tom Gross, with famous actor Brutus Shark. And it is autographed by Tom Gross. Yes, that's gonna be an ancient artifact one day, so I need to, because it's just a piece of paper, but I need to like hang this up, frame it or whatever before it gets rid. Oh, it's autographed by Brutus as well. If you could see that, it's very hard to see because it's yellow, but it's got the Brutus stamp of approval, and that is awesome. But yeah, no, Tom's a good friend, good guy, good sport for all the joking around people do. So, yeah, I have to hang that up. I have to hang these all up. I just don't have posts. I don't have I like to put them in frames so they don't get ruined. But then SEREN was kind enough to give me this giant badass Count Dracula poster here, and I don't think I've seen this movie, so I am a poser and need to watch it. Yes. Yeah, Christopher Lee. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. I'm not a big fan of these movies, but I'll watch it just because I have this giant poster and I feel like I can't hang it up unless I see the movie. So, there you go. But yeah, that's very, like I said, that's cool that they'll give you stuff for buying their merchandise. They'll just give you extra stuff. Then after that, we've got, I'm just dropping things all over the place. A basic SEREN poster. That's always cool as well. I'll definitely be hanging this one up too. So yeah, very cool. Very nice of them. And then finally, guys, we have this, which is the Agony poster, Ryan's film. Like I said earlier, I talked about earlier, came with a poster, cool poster art. This is also a pretty thin material for a poster, so I want to get this one framed sooner than later so I don't completely destroy it. But yeah, super cool guy, good friend. He signed it as well over here. So yes, that was all the stuff that I got in April. Went a little overboard, and I do it all over again. Yeah, I don't care. But thank you guys for watching. Anytime I have big hauls like this, I'll be sure to make videos. You know, back in the day, I used to make videos like once a month of things I bought, but I don't buy that much anymore, and I don't really want to show off like 2 things and be like, okay guys, peace. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful spring, I suppose, and just wonderful life in general, and that you have some fun things coming up here, and I will catch you in the next video. Is it gonna turn off? Is it gonna turn off? I don't know, this thing does not want to work, but let's see. We're not editing this, we're just shutting off. So, bye guys.